Hello, everybody. How are you? Is everybody okay? And has everybody had a nice weekend? Okay. Um, did you do anything interesting? Did you go outside? Did you get some exercise? Hopefully you did. So yes, maybe soon things will go back to normal, and maybe soon we can be in class again. Yay! Okay. Anyway, so today we're going to jump forward a little bit in the class, and we're going to go to Unit 8. Okay, we're going to go to Unit 8. Um, so that is in the pupils book. For me, it's page 86. Okay, you have to check your book. Unit 8, Lesson 1. Okay, and the title of the unit is Green Technology. Okay, Green Technology. So, everybody take out your pupils books and find the correct page, please. All right. So, first thing we have is a message. Okay, so let's read the message. All right, let's read this message. All right, are you ready? It says, a message has just arrived for me. I wonder who it's from. Okay, let's read. It says, hi, Callum. My name's Kana, and I live in Tokyo, which is the capital of Japan. I found your balloon label when I was walking to school this morning. The question you asked was, how do you look after the environment? How do you look after the environment? Well, I recycle different things. Do you know that you can make lots of cool things with the objects people throw away? Here are some photos of things I've made. Okay, so this is about recycling, okay, and looking after the environment. Now, the environment is the natural world that we live in, right? It's very important that we treat it well, right? We look after it. Now, recycling, okay, reciclar is when you take things, rubbish, and you use it again to make something else. Okay, lots of people recycle these days, right? Recycle. And so another phrase, okay, is throw away. Now, if you don't remember, throw away is when you have something that you don't want anymore and you throw it in the rubbish, right? In the basura. Tirar en la basura. Throw something away. So it says you can make lots of cool things with the objects people throw away, right? So people throw away things, but you can actually recycle them and make new things with the materials. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our notebook, okay, and we're going to write the title Green Technology. All right, Green Technology. And the date today is Monday, the 4th of May. Okay, so write that in your notebook, please. And the first thing we're going to copy down is just here, right? Just some important phrases. All right, so just 3 recycled materials. Okay, so these are things like metal, plastic, things you can recycle. Look after the environment. All right, so taking care of our natural environment. Okay. And then throw something away, right? When we throw something in the rubbish. All right. So there's 3 important phrases for this lesson. Okay. So write those down in the notebook. Now, after you've written that down, all right, we're going to go back to this page. Okay. Now we have this little chart here. Okay, and it says things we can recycle. And what it is, just a little table, and we can just think of some objects that we use that we can recycle. All right, that we can use again. All right, so we're going to copy this table in our notebook. Okay, so you can see here. All right, things we can recycle. All right, and I've copied the table. Now, in the table there are 4 columns. Okay, paper, glass, plastic, and others. All right. So paper, you know, glass is crystal, right? Glass, plastic, and other things, right? Maybe things of metal. So what you have to do is well, what we've done here is just given an example of something you can use again, or something that you can recycle for each material. All right. So for paper, I've put a newspaper, right? Periodico. We can recycle newspaper. For glass, I've put bottles, right? Glass bottles we can recycle. Plastic, I've put containers, right? So any kind of container. Most containers are plastic. And then for others, I've put cans, latas, right? These are made of metal, right? And we can recycle these as well. All right. Now, what I'd like you to do is try and think of 2 more objects for each column. Okay, 2 more objects for each column. And you can be very specific if you want. Okay, so you can say, I don't know, for plastic, you can say bottle caps, for example, right? Tapones. Okay, for paper, you can say books. All right. You think of 2 more things, all right, that you can write in each column, right? Objects that we can recycle. Okay, so 2 objects made of paper, 2 objects made of glass, 2 objects made of plastic, and 2 objects made of other things, maybe wood or metal. Okay, so copy this into your notebook, and you can pause the video as well and complete the table. All right, we'll try and put at least 2 more things, 2 more objects in each column. Okay, and when you finished, okay, just underneath, we'll just make a quick note of some materials, right? So different materials that are used to make things. All right, so I've just made a quick list here. All right, so we have wood, right, which is madera, metal, cotton, right, like for your clothes, cotton, plastic, glass, cristal, right, paper, and we'll put something else on here. I'm going to put rubber. Yeah. Now, rubber is, if you don't know, right, a rubber, una goma, right, that is also the material, goma, rubber, right, it's exactly the same, right? So this is a rubber, and the material it's made from is also called rubber, all right? Rubber, right? So these are some materials. So copy these into your notebook. Okay, all finished? Fantastic. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll just practice a bit of vocabulary. Now, if you can see, we've got a bunch of words in the box, all right? And we're just going to learn what these words mean, all right? So let's look at the screen. Okay, and we're just going to look at the picture, listen, and repeat the phrase, repeat the word, okay? So here's the first one, okay? Can you see? So listen and repeat.
Bottle top.
Okay, bottle top. There you go. Next one, listen and repeat.
Button.
Very good. Listen and repeat.
Can.
All right, you see a can. Listen and repeat.
Cardboard box.
Cardboard box. Very good. Listen and repeat.
Cardboard tube.
Cardboard tube.
Carton.
Carton.
Elastic band.
Elastic band.
Fabric.
Fabric.
Lolly stick.
Okay, lolly stick. Lolly is like what we call in England like un helado, but not ice cream. Ice cream. It's like made of like ice and fruit and things. Lolly. So this is the lolly stick, right? So you have it on a stick and okay. Listen and repeat.
Plastic bottle.
Very good.
straw,
Straw. You might not know this word, straw, right? When you buy a Coke at McDonald's, you have a straw made of plastic.
string,
String. Okay, here's a good one. String. Okay. So, did you repeat all the words? Can you remember? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to look at these pictures, okay? Now, in each picture, these are pictures of things that that this lady, Canna, that this girl has made with recycled material, right? So what we have to do is look at the picture, okay? And look at the number, right? And see where the arrow is pointing, and you have to tell me which object it is. Okay, which object it is. All right. So what we'll do first, we can do, and yeah, okay. So first, what you can do is we'll go to our notebook, all right, and we'll write page 86, exercise 3. Okay, and there's actually, oh, that again. Okay, so we'll write here page 86, exercise 3, and then there's 12 phrases in total. Okay, so you can copy this into your notebook, and then what you can do, all right, so have a look at the pictures and try and write which material or which object is used for each number. Okay, which object is used for each number. All right, so you can see, right, all of these pictures here, right, and on the next page as well, on page 87 too. Okay. So pause the video, okay, and write the object for each number. Okay. All finished? All right, so let's correct. Let's correct. So, should we have a look at the answers? Okay, so number 1. What was this? This is that's a cardboard box. Number 1 is cardboard box. Okay. And number 2 is cardboard tube. Okay. So cardboard box and cardboard tube. So in our notebook, you should have number 1, cardboard box. Put this correct. Cardboard box. Okay. Cardboard box and cardboard tube. Good. Okay, so let's continue. All right. So, what's number 3? Number 3 is an elastic band. Very good. Number 4, lolly stick. Good. Number 5, a bottle top. Number 6 is a straw. Number 7, carton. Number 8 is a can. Number 9 is string. Number 10 is button. 11 is fabric. And 12 is plastic bottle. Okay, very good. So let's just make sure we have all of these written correctly in the notebook. Okay, so we have elastic band. Leave it like this. Elastic band was number 3. Lolly stick, bottle top. So lolly stick, bottle top. Straw. Carton. can, string. Number 8 was can. Number 9 was string. Number 10 was button. I don't know why it's writing it there. Number 11, fabric. And number 12, plastic bottle. Okay. So don't worry about the spacing on my computer. It's a bit strange. You just have it written correctly, okay? But these are the answers. Make sure you have them written down in your notebook, all right? So all the different objects that are used. Very good. Okay. Good. Excellent. So what we can do now is we can have a look in the activity book. All right. So yeah, once you finish that, we'll go to the activity book, okay? And in the activity book, we're on page 80 here. So Unit 8, Lesson 1. All right, vocabulary. Okay, and we've got a couple of exercises to do. So first, let's go here to exercise 1 on the page. Now, this is called a Venn diagram, okay? So we've got 2 circles. And so here we're going to write things that you recycle. So what things do you recycle? What things you don't recycle? And what things you sometimes recycle, okay? And you can use the pictures here to help you, or the different objects that we've just written in the notebook. Okay, so see if you can write maybe 3 things, 2 or 3 things in each section. Okay, so for example, I recycle. Let's see, I recycle plastic bottles. Okay, for example. Okay, so that's an example. I recycle plastic bottles. Maybe it's different for you. Okay, write 2 or 3 things that you recycle. I sometimes recycle. So sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. All right, so I sometimes recycle glass. Okay, I don't always recycle glass. I know it's very bad. I should do. Sometimes I just throw it in the rubbish. I just throw it away. Okay, but sometimes I recycle it. Okay, but that's for me. Maybe it's different for you. Okay, right? 2 or 3 things that you sometimes recycle. And then things that you don't recycle. So things that you just throw away without thinking. Sometimes, so one thing I just throw away a lot of times is cartons. Yeah. Now, if you don't remember carton, right? Carton is the container like this where you have either milk or orange juice, okay, made of paper and cardboard. Yeah, a carton. So very bad. I don't recycle cartons. I just throw them in the bin. Right? Very, very bad for me. All right. So what you can do, yeah, for each little space, right? You can write 2 or 3 things. All right. So 2 or 3 things that you recycle, 2 or 3 things that you sometimes recycle, and 2 or 3 things that you don't recycle. Okay. So pause the video and you can finish this. Okay. All done? Very good. I'll be very curious to see what you've written. Okay. Anyway, let's go to exercise 2. Okay. So what we'll do is, here we have some definitions and we have to say what the object is. Right. So these are the objects that we saw in the pupils book. All right. can, cardboard tube, elastic band, right? All of these things. Okay. So let's have a look, right? We could do this all together. So the first one, I'll put the answers here. Okay. Okay, so let's have a look here. So number one, let's read. Is a long, thin rope. It's made of nylon. It's made of cotton or nylon. Okay, so a long, thin rope. All right, I think what they're talking about, okay, rope is the thing you use to tie things together, right? Like this. So long, thin rope. Do you remember what this is? Okay, if you don't remember, go have a look in your book, in your pupil's book. I think she's talking about this thing here, number 9. Remember what it's called? It's called, I'm just going to write it. It's called string. Okay. All right, so string, a long thin rope made of cotton and nylon. Did you get it? Let's try number 2. Is usually small, round, with some holes in the middle, and it's used for keeping clothes together. So if you have a shirt, it's the thing that you use to connect to close the shirt. Yeah, these little round plastic things. Do you remember what they're called? You can have a look in the People's Book. All right, so these are called buttons. So it's called a button. In the UK, we make lots of things in school with buttons. Okay, a button. Yeah, if you don't remember, right, look at the People's Book. Okay, the button was, I think, number 10 here, this thing here. Yeah, that was a button. Okay, let's continue. So, an is made of rubber, and it looks like a ring, and it's used for keeping things together. So it's made of rubber, looks like a ring, and it's used for keeping things together. I think what she's talking about is these things here. Can you see these things? Yeah, I think it was number 3. Okay, so these are elastic bands. Okay, so we can write in our book an elastic band. Okay, an elastic band. Made of rubber, looks like a ring, and used for keeping things together. Yeah, and you can tie things together with an elastic band. All right. Number 4. Is long, thin, and it's in the middle of an ice lolly. An ice lolly. There's a clue right there, the word lolly. All right. I'm just going to quickly show you a picture of an ice lolly because I'm not sure what it's called in Spanish. Ice lolly. So I'm just going to search in Google. Ice lolly. Paleta. Oh, okay. Yeah, ice lolly. See, it's different from an ice cream, right? Not the same. Right? An ice lolly. And this is the thing we're talking about. Yeah. Remember what that's called? All right, you can look in your book. It's called a lolly stick. Okay. That's a lolly stick. Okay. So, make sure you have those things written correctly in your book. And now questions numbers 5 and 6. Now it tells you the object and you have to describe it. Okay, so let's do this all together. Now I'm just going to make a note here. Okay, so you can see number 5. All right, and I write the answer here. So a straw. Remember what a straw is? Okay, if we look in our people's book, a straw is, where is the straw? I think here in number 6, straw. I'll just show you very quickly in the picture dictionary. Oh, vocabulary tool. Okay. So straw, if you don't remember, is this thing. Straw. All right. So we have to describe it, the shape and what it's made of. All right. So if we go back to our activity book, all right, and we'll say, all right, so I'm going to write here. So we'll say number 5, okay, and you can write this in your book. So a straw is, now let's describe the shape. It's long and thin. Actually, we'll say is a long and thin tube. Okay, full stop. So it's a long and thin tube, and it's made of plastic. It's made of plastic. Okay, so we've described the shape and the material, right? So a straw is a long, thin tube, and it's made of plastic. All right. And number 6 here, it says a can. Do you remember what a can is? Like a can of Coca-Cola? Lata. Okay, a can. So we'll say a can. We'll say a can is a small round container. We'll say a can is a small round container, and a new phrase, and it's made of metal. Okay, so there's our answers. We can copy these for numbers 5 and 6. Okay, a straw is a long, thin tube. It's made of plastic. A can is a small, round container. It's made of metal. All right, so copy those answers. All right, numbers 5 and 6. Okay, excellent. Very good. All finished? All right, so let's have a look here. All right, so just a couple of phrases. Okay, and in fact, we can actually, we'll copy this. We'll copy this another time. Okay, but let's have a look. Right, so this phrase says, "What's it made of?" And then the answer, "It's made of cotton." Right. So if you have an object, right, you want to ask what's the material. Okay, so the question is, what's it made of? What is it made of? ¿De qué está hecho? Right? What is it made of? It's made of cotton. And if you have multiple things, right? Oh, this is made of rubber. If you have multiple things, you say, what are they made of? They are made of plastic. Okay? So, what I would like you to do is we'll do exercise 4. Okay? So, let's have a look at the question here. Right? And it's talking about our notebook, right? Our notebook. It says, what's your notebook made of? What's your notebook made of? So we're going to use the answer, right? So answer it, we'll just use the phrase just like here. Okay? What's your notebook made of? Now this one's easy. We'll say it's made It's made of paper. Right? Notebook's made of paper. Good. All right. So the next thing says, they are made of plastic. So I have to talk about multiple things. So I'm going to use this phrase. What are they made of? But obviously instead of they, I'm going to put an object. Okay? So we can write the question. Can you think of something made of plastic? So we're going to say, what are, what's made of plastic? Do you remember the thing that we have on the shirt? The plastic things that we use to put our shirt together, to keep our shirt closed? The small round thing? Button. Right? So I'm going to write this. What are buttons? Has to be plural because it says they in the answer. What are buttons made of? What are buttons made of? That's an A. All right, they are made of plastic. All right, you don't have to put buttons. If you want to put something else, you can put something else, right? Something else made of plastic. All right, what are bottle caps made of? What are bottles made of? Okay, whatever you like. But I've used buttons. All right, so you can use that if you want to. And then finally, what are your pencils made of? Right, pencils is plural, so I'm going to answer my question using this phrase. So I'm going to write they, it's pencils, they are made of. Do you remember what pencils are made of? Do you remember the material? Madera in English? You have it in your notebook. Yeah, they're made of wood. Okay. So, what's your notebook made of? It's made of paper. What are buttons made of? They are made of plastic. What are your pencils made of? They are made of wood. Okay. Very good. So, in your activity book, you should now have exercise 1, 2, 3, and 4 all completed. Okay? And in your notebook, all right, we should have some of these phrases, all right, our table with things we can recycle, list of materials, and the answers to the exercise in the pupil's book, okay, with our vocabulary. All right? Very good. So, if you've done all of these things, okay, we can finish the class, all right? So all you need to do for today is just remember sort of some of the phrases, recycling, throw away, and then the different materials and the different sort of objects that we can use that we can recycle, okay? Let's see how for time. All right. Okay, so we can finish there, okay? So very good. Hopefully everybody understood everything. All right. In the online class, what we're going to do is we'll do sort of a quick review of the last unit and sort of, and I'll test you on this vocabulary a little bit more. Okay. All right, guys. Have a lovely day, and I will see you on Wednesday or Thursday. Okay. Bye-bye.